My name is Stewart. I'm a business coach and I'm also managing partner of Corporate to Freedom. I've been coaching businesses for over a decade now, and in that time I've coached about 300 financial services businesses and also worked with some of the biggest institutions in Australia. The change for me came in 2008. At the time I was managing a team split between Sydney and Melbourne, and I was walking through the airport and my plane was late. But rather than go and sit in the lounge as I usually do, I walked into a bookshop and I was drawn to this book on a shelf which had a picture of a girl with a balloon and a guy who was holding a picnic basket, and they both looked really happy. And it was called Timothy Ferriss's The 4-Hour Workweek. And I absolutely devoured this book within the course of about a week. And I was just amazed. I'd always thought that being successful meant working long hours and going up the corporate chain and spending a lot of time away from your friends and family. And this idea that you could do the same thing but do it whilst working from Buenos Aires or having lunches with other cool entrepreneurs or basically spending more time with your family and having that business that kind of fit around your life was absolutely intoxicating. But to be honest, I found the whole thing, just implementing it, insurmountable. So it went straight back on the shelf and I just got on with doing what I was doing, which was, again, building my career. But I guess the seed had already been sown. As much as I tried to focus back on my career, I just became aware that this was no longer what I wanted to do. I wanted something else. It all came to a head in early 2009. I sat down with my long-suffering and beautiful wife and told her how I felt. And I came up with a crazy idea. I said, what if we just quit? What if we took our time off and went around the world and worked out what to do? And thankfully, she said, yeah, okay, we'll do it. And that's how the idea was born. The year away was amazing. We spent 7 months traveling through the US, Central America, South America, and we spent a bit of time in Europe, India and Southeast Asia. As we got closer and closer to the end date, I just became aware that I couldn't go back to doing the corporate thing. So I set about building my business. And the first thing I decided is I wanted to stick with coaching. I was good at it, it was something I knew, I was fishing close to where the fish were. So I sat down and I did all the things that business coaches will tell you to do. Work out your marketing plan, create a business plan, put in place your targets, set some forecasts, and off I went. Writing articles, talking to people I knew, looking to build my business. But I found it a lot harder than I thought it was going to be. And the real crux for me came 4 months after my wife had got a new job. She came into the room, she was absolutely distraught, and she said, I've just been made redundant. So at that point we went from being 2 people earning 6-figure salaries. We were still living in a house in Bondi, renting. We just bought 2 brand new cars. And suddenly here we were, a guy who's trying to get this business started, a girl who's looking for a job in a place where everyone was being redundant. At one point, I looked in my account and we had $250 left, and the rent was coming out. It was then I got my break, when a large financial institution actually said, yeah, they brought me in to hire their BDM team. And this was a lifeblood. It's been 3 years since I left corporate, 4 if you count the day I stepped out the door to go on traveling. There have been many more challenges, but there have also been a lot of success along the way. I no longer have to rely on my boss to turn around and judge my performance and tell me how much money, because the people who judge my performance are my customers and my clients, and they tell me whether they like it. And they respond by paying my bills and engaging me to do more work. And this is what this is really about, for me, the next stage. It's about helping other people to make the same gap, but to do it without all the challenge and the stress and the heartache I did. Because I believe that by actually learning there is a process for setting these things up before you do what I do and make that leap. You can actually save money, you can save stress and do it a lot more easily. I can honestly say I don't regret a thing I did, even though all the challenges, and I never ever will. If I had one last piece of advice as we sit here with the light fading, and I hope you can still see me, it's don't quit your job. That's not the first step, but do something about it. Thank you.